Fancy seeing you here. Welcome to Torwen.
Who's this Jabori you're so worried about?
I haven't heard from him for too long. I've got a bad feeling.
Everyone look! Swimming under the bridge.
Careful, I heard something.
Who feels like a little chat with the critters?
Perhaps we can help each other.
Don't bother us. We don't bother you.
Are you Jabori?
Can you help me?
Hello everyone, and welcome to the stream.
Hello guys.
I'm joined today with two very special persons. We have Xavier, who you've already seen before. He's the game director of Solasta II, so taking care of anything that has to do with game design, everything that has to do with story, narration, voice actors, a lot of things basically. And then we also have Thierry, who we do not often see on stream, who is our art director. And he's a very, very talented artist. You will see today because he will be drawing live and we will be giving those drawings away. So we'll actually switch to the layout to get to see the paper. So that's basically the stream, how it's going to be and how we will be able to follow what Thierry will be doing. Thierry, by the way, you can start whenever you want. There's no worries. We're gonna be basically yapping while he's drawing in the background. So for today, it's going to be a very simple stream. We're probably gonna be just chatting away at Solasta II stuff with a little bit of a difference where we'll be taking questions as usual, and we'll also have Xavier with us here answering some questions that I usually cannot answer because I'm not as well versed as he is in everything that has to do with the lore of Solasta II. Equally, I know that a lot of you have questions about the giveaways, so as the pinned message on chat, both on YouTube and Twitch says, we will be doing giveaways all along the stream, and the way it goes, it's very simple. We'll just say on stream that the giveaway has started. We'll be pinning a link to a Google form, and basically that giveaway will be open for around 5 minutes. So you have 5 minutes to like put your name, put your email or whatever, like because we'll have to contact you afterwards, right? If you win, and then from there on, what happened is that we'll close the giveaway. We'll immediately go and pull out a winner from a random generated list, and we'll announce the winner. And if you're the winner, we'll ask you to react in the chat so that we know that you're here. So that people don't put names of their friends that might not be on the stream. So this way you can immediately know if you're winning that prize. What we'll be giving away is, of course, the drawings that Thierry is doing. And basically these will be asking you in private, of course, at a later date, your address so that we can ship you the drawing. And we'll also be giving away 3 Solasta II keys that will be unlocked when early access starts. And by the way, I know that some people are still not too familiar with the EA model. It's like, oh, but if I have like the game in early access, do I have the game in 1.0? Yes, you don't have to like buy the game again. That's the whole point of it. So the keys that we'll be giving away are valid both in early access and in 1.0. All right, so I'm going to take a look at the questions already because I know that a lot of people have been wanting to ask questions and have been waiting for the start of the stream. If you have questions for any of us right now, please feel free to put it in chat. Shipping, by the way, we will pay everything. You should not have to pay any import fees because it's not it's not a box. It's just going to be an envelope. So we are going to be shipping stuff from any country to any country, and I think there's 3 exceptions is basically countries that France is not shipping to, so that we don't have any choice. So we cannot ship to Yemen, Syria, and Haiti. Those are the only 3 countries that we cannot ship to. Any other country, you're eligible to win. All right, so first question I see here is, will there be reach weapons for players or enemies? Xavier, I think we already answered that quite a few times, but there's a good reason that we don't have, right?
Well, I think it's somewhere in the backlog. Some big enemies already have the reach that they should have. For reach weapons for players, there are some technical difficulties, but at this point I cannot say that it's dead for the game.
I think last we checked, it's mostly a question of time, and we know that the problem with like reach weapons is that we'll need like specific animations to have both the case where you attack in short range and in long range, which makes it a bit harder. But as you said, the monsters do have reach, because like when you have like a big ogre swinging his club, he's not gonna have to be like next to you. He can swing it from a bit more far away. Will the drawings have little frames so they don't get squished or crumple in shipping? Thierry, you're the master of your craft when it comes to shipping paintings.
Yeah.
How we're gonna protect the drawings that we're shipping?
We will have a specific envelope, so there is no problem for this, and it will be reinforced.
Reinforced, yes.
Reinforced, so there is no problem.
Okay. So for those who couldn't hear, because he's a little bit at the back of the room, Thierry is basically saying that we'll be buying reinforced envelope for that, so that it's not like all squished up. And don't worry, also the drawings will be dried before being sent in the envelopes, so it doesn't smudge everywhere. It's not the first time that Thierry has been sending like paintings, so he's used to that. Okay. There's a tariff. No. Is there any range focused among subclasses? I don't think so, right? Xavier, we don't have that plan.
Ranged? I don't think so. No.
Yeah. It's very specific, and the thing is, we are only going to have, for the moment, 2 subclasses per class. So having a monk that has a very, very strange, an exotic gameplay compared to the core class is usually not what we're going to be aiming for. I can understand that once we reach like 4 or 5 subclasses, like in Solasta 1 we had like 4 subclasses per class, we could toy around with the idea of having more exotic gameplay, such as I think like it was the hoodlum rogue, who was like a strength rogue, stuff like that. That's usually not really like, you don't think about this immediately when you think rogue, but because you have so many subclasses, you could do that. When you only have 2, you have to be more selective. What classes, subclasses will we have at launch? Hopefully all, right?
All class at launch at
the 1.0 launch, right?
Yeah, hopefully all of them. We're working for that. So obviously it's not done yet. So
it's not done yet. That's the biggest thing.
Still wishful thinking, but that's the goal.
In early access, we have 6 classes, right?
Yes.
The fighter, the rogue, the wizard, the cleric, which are the 4, classic.
Yeah.
And then we have the paladin and the sorcerer, who will be as well included in your early access launch. Ideally, we want to have more classes being released over the early access updates, and hopefully, like again, we said hopefully because we cannot promise anything. We want to make sure that we are able to do that before we promise. It's like hopefully at 1.0 we'll have all the classes. Okay, will we be able to go back into character creation and change character appearance stats before the game starts in case we messed up in the creation? I don't think so.
Before
right?
the game starts,
Can we edit an existing character once it's done?
Technically, it's possible to change the appearance. But the stats, I think you would need to redo your character from scratch, and it's not. We don't have a flow in the game to
do that.
Do that. Well, there were a lot of discussions about should you be able to restart a character entirely in a D&D game or similar games, and we know some people like that, and I think we thought about how technically it would be possible. So it can be a dead end. But right now it's again far away.
We did plan for respecking, right? That's just
respec. Yeah, I think the appearance is maybe easier after all.
Yeah, I think it's like respecking is something we plan. Restatting is not, because it like can break a lot of stuff, right?
Oh yeah.
Like we can change the class, but we can't change the stats. But that, in any case, I don't think that's in early access anyway, right? That's like
nothing.
That's one of the kind of like the quality of life features that will come later on. Oh, that's one for you with the scenario. I like to use non-magic characters, and if I can. And will that be more useful this time, or is a magic user still needed in the party? It's true that Solasta 1 was hard without magic. And I think Solasta 2 too, right?
It will still be hard because, you know, if we're speaking about wizards and class with attack spells and area of effects, it's always going to be very useful in some situations. And obviously everything healing. So I guess, I mean, it's always possible when we know some people completed Solasta with like 4 barbarians or stuff like that. But if you ask me, it's always useful to have magic users.
Yeah, and it's normal, right? Because like we can't basically balance the game around the fact that, oh, well, this player is going to be playing 4 barbarians, so like no range attack.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to like make sure that he can, like basically it's like, yes, he can win, but he's going to struggle for it, right?
Exactly.
Because like some archers might be very far away. Okay, we will start with the first giveaway. So I will be putting the link. So no need to like rush, by the way, because it's not time. It's not like the first one who answers will get the key or whatever, right? So we will be opening the giveaway. I'm just gonna copy the link. Copy the link here. There we go. I think that's a good link. Yeah, that's the link. And I'm gonna be pinning the link. Pin. There we go. And then I'm gonna pin on YouTube as well. And I'm going to pin the link. All right, so you guys can go to the link. It's a Google form, and basically you just need to fill it, and you just need to submit. Only submit it once. Do not spam it with like multiple submission, because if you submit it multiple times, we'll know, and you'll be disqualified, right? So just go to this link, put your information here. And then we'll be closing it in 5 minutes. And then after 5 minutes, we'll just pull a random winner from it, and we'll announce it. All right. So now that we said that, we can continue. So as you can see, by the way, on the drawing that Thierry is doing, we are seeing a Cyclus who are native species of Neokos that we've seen in the demo. So notably, I have a lot of questions for our lore expert here, Xavier, about the Cyclus. Like, for example, how did we come up with the Cyclus, actually?
Well, we were looking for a native species with something very new that wouldn't be too similar to some classic kind of monster or ancestry of the D&D. And obviously, it's difficult because there are many creatures, but we thought about something that we could link to the hearth, the very wide nature of Neokos, and we thought about the earth and the stone, and so when we imagined this mix of stone man, but still flesh inside, there was a lot of iteration to find what they were really.
I do remember we have like a lot of different drawings, one after the other, to make sure that we finally ended up on something that we liked.
It's interesting to have Thierry here because when we work on the lore, about this specific topic, because there's a lot of work between the art and the lore. We toss ideas, and Thierry starts sketching stuff, and then that gives us new idea, and we do that pretty often. Normally every week we speak between the writers and Thierry to continue to define the world of Neokos.
Yes, we make a lot of concept art with different approach of this. At the beginning, it was really close to some animals. And after that, we say, no, maybe it can be better to have some creature from Earth and be better for the game.
Yep.
Yeah, and so those cyclists that we have, how do they actually live? Like, where do they live? How does the culture kind of looks like for them?
Well, they have a very ancient culture. They claim to be the first and most ancient intelligent species on Neokos, and they had this huge empire, kind of before the time of the Cataclysm. That was a global phenomenon in Solasta, and they also have a relationship to magic. So the Cataclysm affected them too. So that changes their world completely, because their empire fell, just like the Manakalan empire of the elves, and they became underdogs, and they were chased by another species, and they had to go far away in the desert and hide underground, and they developed a new aspect to their culture. But they used to be magic users and worshippers of the stars.
So you're actually saying, yeah, so Manakalan also had like the same impact as their empire before the Cataclysm, when the Cataclysm
Slightly
happened, right?
different.
Yeah, slightly different, but like they were both affected. How come because like we said in Solasta 1 that Manakalan was kind of like the dominant empire. How come they didn't have any problem with Manakalan?
Well, actually, they did, because the
did.
Manakalan Empire started to set up their own people on Neokos, and it was the beginning of troubles between those two guys. I mean, the Cyclas were understanding that the first elves were not so nice, and they would actually like to take over Neokos. But that was just before the Cataclysm, and it didn't really happen.
So in terms of like timeline, so Manakalan Empire not from Neokos. They are in Ferendrag, right?
Yes.
The thing that the other continent we played Solasta 1. But they managed to find a route to Neokos shortly before the Cataclysm, trying to conquer the continent, because that's what they do, right?
Yes, exactly.
And then Cataclysm happened, big reset. Basically, everyone was so deep in shit that basically conquest didn't continue. And like you said, these cyclists who were very reliant on magic to basically dominate their continent also had to like fall back down, because another species that they were like basically competing with took the upper hand.
Exactly.
Other species that we will not reveal today, but that you will get to know later on, and they are also very, very interesting. They're native to Neokos as well, and they are also basically homebrew, so that it's not something that you already know. Okay, I think we have passed 5 minutes, so I will be closing the first giveaway, the first key giveaway. Okay, so I want to make sure that you guys, just for the next one, make sure that the name you put is exactly the name that you have in chat, because we don't want any like cheating around that. So I am closing I'm closing this now. Let's see. Here we go, and we are no longer accepting response. For those who missed it, do not worry. There will be 2 other key giveaways, and there are also going to be the painting giveaways. Like Thierry is still continuing.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah, and there will be like multiple drawings, so no worries. Okay, I see that we have for the first one 191 different participants. So I'm just gonna go and do a little 191 random generator and see where we get at. And the winner is number 137. So that's line 138, because we start at line 2. 138, we have Calatur the Great. So Calatur the Great, I don't know if you're on Twitch or on YouTube. Can you please write a message in chat if you are here? And if you are here, you will be the winner. Oh, I do see it. Okay, so Calatur the Great, you're on Twitch. We did see you. So I'm going to note that down here that you are the winner. And I will be basically contacting you through your email address that you shared to us. We're not gonna like dox you. We're gonna contact you via email tomorrow. So you should receive a mail from Tactical Adventures something Gmail. All right. And in case someone tries to like prank you and send a mail from some random tactical adventure, just know that we'll be putting information that will basically recognize the fact that who we are. So there we go. We are going to try again, but not immediately for the keys. There's 2 more keys, and there's more drawings to come. So we'll wait for the drawing for the next giveaway. We'll be giving away the drawing when Thierry is done, and he basically is the one who decides when it's done. So he can take all the time he needs. We're not going to rush him. We still, we just started, right? With just 20 minutes in the stream. So there we go. Ah, yes. He does look good, doesn't he? This little Cyclus here. So let me ask you a little bit more about Jabori, right? Like Jabori is the first Cyclus we actually get to see because he's in the demo.
Yeah.
So how did Jabori come to be? Like, what's the thought process behind? Oh, let's put a Cyclus in the demo, and let's see what role he's gonna have.
Well, obviously we wanted to start early on these species, and Jabori was our prototype Cyclus. We wanted to make sure that it would work well and that you guys would like them, the Cyclus in general. We were only able to work on one full character, and we were still working on some aspects of are there going to be a different body for female Cyclus, etc. So we just had this one guy, and it was also an instrument to start sharing the culture of the Cyclus. If you play the demo, you know that he's a guardian of a temple called an Iridu. It's a very typical thing that, as I said, the Cyclus worship the stars, and it's very much linked to that. And it contains one of these powerful things that are on Neokos. So that's what we wanted to do with it.
Did we ever have the plan in the demo to have more than one Cyclus, or that's more for the little development tidbits? Or it was just going to be one?
No, we really wrote that story with one.
Okay,
Cyclus.
so we were always going to be just doing one.
Yeah.
Have we, because you were discussing about the female Cyclus, the male Cyclus, have we decided if we are going to do different body types, or is this going to be one body type?
So we discussed the fact that they're not really they're hermaphrodite, so they are gendered,
yes.
But in terms of body, they have the same shape.
Yeah, they're not very classic humanoids, right? So that's why they have a different way of reproduction and basically living. So their life cycle is a bit different. So we have a lot of information about the Cyclus. We know now that their history is very, very old, even though unlike Menacullen, who basically clung onto power after the Cataclysm, even though a lot of slaves rebelled because they were still very, very warlike species, they're still Menacullen was very strong at magic, but they also had martial abilities, whereas Cyclus were very much spellcasters, right? So they struggled a lot more to retain their empire, and thus they had to retreat under the mountain, under the earth, right?
Yeah, they also had very fierce enemies when the Menacullen Empire was almost physically destroyed by the blast of the Cataclysm, but the Cyclus only lost their magic. So it was not the same chaos as in the Menacullen Empire.
True.
So as soon as their enemies saw that they had no spells, they just decided to eliminate them, and the Cyclus had no other choice than to run away.
True, because while the Menacullen Empire didn't have a big foe, because they just conquered almost all the continent, that was not the case for the Cyclus, right? They were already in a war with another fairly strong species, but basically the shift of having no magic just completely threw the balance away. So they were boned. let's say that, right? So you're saying nowadays Cyclus in Neokos, in Solasta II, where can we actually find them? Are they a species that are very reclusive? Are they still a lot of them, or not so many?
Well, we don't exactly clearly say that, but it's clear that they are much less numerous than they used to be.
Yeah.
That they fled southwards, and that when you start the game, there are very few.
Yeah.
And everybody thinks they're almost extinct because they're hiding, basically.
Yeah, more than 1,000 years of fighting. So as you can imagine, a lot of people kind of forgot about them. So we still see a few, right? It's not like they're completely unknown. There are some travelers but it's not like there are a lot of them.
Yeah, there are one or two in the city, but everybody knows them. Or the Cyclas over there, everybody knows him because it's
it's the guy that's it's the guy, right? Okay, so yeah, we do have like we're not gonna be like, oh, we have a new species native to Neocos, and then you don't get to see them for like 20 hours of the game. It's only in the game, right? That would be kind of sad. Speaking of that, right? I think we can also like segue into this. People were asking if they could play Cyclas a bit ago, and we did say that while we see a lot of people being interested, and we're very happy about that, it's also very hard to make Cyclas playable because of their model, right? It's like they are not classic humanoids. So
if you want the same customization that you have with other species, it wasn't created for that.
Yeah, it wasn't created for that. Right now, it's like it's not very customizable. So for those who are wondering, no, for the moment, Cyclas are not going to be playable characters. We might be thinking about, in the future, DLC or something. It might be possible, but again, there's also other questions about narrative, questions.
Sure.
But in any case, another thing that we have in mind, because a lot of people want to play Cyclas, is that we have companions, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You can have Cyclas companions like Jabberwocky, and in the main game, you will have the same possibility.
So I see that Thierry has finished with his first one. Can we just keep it here so that we can show everyone the final? Oh no! I was going to say in this one because like our camera is like super small.
Oh, you want?
Yeah, you can leave it here for a moment. We're gonna do the giveaway for the first drawing.
Yeah.
There we go. So that's the first painting that is done, and it is a Cyclas, a classic one. So we are going to be sharing the second link, which is going to be the giveaway for the first drawing. Let me check this. Copy link, copy, and then going to Twitch. I'm going to unpin that one, and I'm going to pin again. Pin this new link. YouTube is also going to pin a new link. Pin. Wait, actually, that doesn't work. Never mind. It's not pin slash. That doesn't work on YouTube.
I think Thierry is eager to start drawing again.
Yeah, Thierry, you're gonna have to wait a little bit, right? So this way people can at least like know what they're like voting for.
Yes, because this one was the first one.
That was the first one. Okay, so you all have the link for the giveaway, for the second giveaway, which is the drawing giveaway, and it is open. So it is 6:27 for us in France. At 33, I'm gonna close the giveaway. So Thierry, tell us about this first drawing, about this Cyclas that you made.
What can I say? I worked on this one with more straights because it was really sketchy. It's more interesting to see this kind of work, and maybe more interesting to see some kind of work with pen because I use some brush to make it.
Mm-hmm.
I use 3 colors for this one.
Yep.
I will talk about the next one. The next one we have less color. I will maybe work on the light and shadow for the other one.
Okay.
And maybe not a C-class. Maybe some iconic character from D&D game, I guess. Yes, I will say.
Okay. Yeah, we basically gave Thierry a little bit of like leeway on what type of things you want to draw because I think that it is better to leave the artist free with his imagination. So
let's give away one again.
It has giveaway. Oh, it is giveaway 1, but it's the drawing giveaway. It's if you look at the title, it's Solasta II drawing giveaway. The other one was Solasta II key giveaway. So. By the way, you should enter the giveaway even if you're looking for the second drawing, because at the very worst, like you can give it away if you really want to give the second to have a chance for the second one. But yeah, it's all good. All right. By the way, I see that a lot of people have been talking because we've been yapping a lot about the Cyclas, right? Is there any question about the game that we've missed in the meantime? Is the old one? No, it is not the old one. Let me just check. No, it is the drawing giveaway. It is the new one. If you look at the new pinned message on YouTube, it is giveaway one Solasta 2 drawing. That's the thing. So, okay, let me check about, okay, question. Will backstory class have an effect on dialogue choices or option in gameplay? So do we have, dialogue cutscene choices based on that?
Dialogue choices, possibly, not always. Options in gameplay.
For example, I guess it's like, could you, I don't know, like if you're a soldier, could you like have an option to open a door or something directly, stuff like that?
This kind of things always happen through the dialogues, but not as much as we did in Solasta 1 for reasons linked to the main story and the context, that the fact that you're not mostly playing where you were born, so you past you left behind somehow.
Yeah.
We don't have like a background quest the way we did in Solasta
1. Solasta 2, as we said before, the story is a lot like the start of the story is a lot more. I would say it's like a lot more defined, right? We're not like four different people who just meet in a tavern. We already said that it's like basically you're playing a family, right? A family of four who are adoptive family. So that's why you can have dwarves, elves, humans next to each other. But they are already kin, so that there's a very good reason why you're traveling together. I see a question. Will Solasta 2 be available in Spanish? I can tell you that because, of course, like a lot, like we've been asked a lot. We are currently translating Solasta 2 in Spanish. It is among the languages, among the languages that is being translated. Now, will the translation and with the Solasta 2 release early access with Spanish or not? That depends also on the time that we have, but it is being translated. So yes. Spanish people, you can stop spamming and tilde in our chat because it is going to be translated in Spanish.
Should we say that the voice acting is only in English?
Yeah, voice acting only English. That's for sure. It's too expensive, so we don't have like French voice acting, Spanish voice acting. It's only English voice acting. Okay, since you published a Solasta campaign rulebook, will there be additional books and PDF in the future? That's our hope, but we cannot say that for now because it is a very big time sink for designers, especially and writers. So it depends on how busy we get. Ideally, we want to because we love tabletop RPG. That's why we are here. What about German? Yeah, German, Portuguese. So it's like Brazilian Portuguese, German, French. Basically, the languages that were already on Solasta 1 should be in Solasta 2. I will be closing the first drawing giveaway now. And there we go. Closed. We have 123 participants. So I'm going to do this here. 1, 2, 3. Generate. And the winner is number 83. So number 83 is line 84. And it is Mr. Frost on Twitch. So Mr. Frost, can you answer on Twitch? Did we have a winner, Mr. Frost? That's him. Exactly. Okay, so we good. We good. We got your email as well. Winner. There we go. Cool. The second giveaway, first drawing giveaway is done. Thierry is going to be putting the drawing a little bit away so that he can prepare for the second drawing. Yeah, starting the second one, and the first one is going to be drying off screen. So don't worry, we still have at least four other giveaways. Okay, so let's continue with the different questions. All right, so this one we already answered. Will each background have a side quest associated with it? No, because backgrounds are less of a thing in the Solasta 2 campaign. I get to see. Will there be more voice option for characters, or like 3 male and 3 female, like in Solasta 1? I think it's 2-2, right?
Yes.
It's 2 female, 2 male, but we're trying to play with more sliders, like
I think there will be something we are pretty sure we can do.
Yeah.
Is a pitch down.
Pitch up, pitch down.
Something that pitch up doesn't work.
Oh, pitch up doesn't work. Okay.
So I think our friends who worked on Dragon Age 4, they did the pitch down, and it's pre-pitched and it works correctly. If you try to do something funky, it gets pretty shitty. So we hope to do that, but not sure there's going to be.
Okay, so just so you know, one of the reasons why we don't have more voice actors is because everything is voiced. So when a game is fully voiced and you have all your party members with full dialogue, it gets super expensive to have the same every line of dialogue being said by like 6 different people. To give you an idea, in like BG3, your main characters scarcely talk. It's always a narrator, and it doesn't matter if you're a female dwarf or a male dragonborn. It is going to be the narrator talking about basically saying what you are trying to say or narrating what you're doing. So for us, we decided that every single one of our characters are talking, and in terms of money, that's basically all we can do is 2-2.
Yeah,
but
love it, but it's expensive. And
yeah. Which is also why because we've also listened to your concerns in Solasta 1 being, if I want to do a full male party or a full female party, then they have to use the same voice, and that kind of sucks, right? And that we agree, right? It kind of pulls you out of the immersion, which is also why we want to with those 2 voices for male or 2 female voices, do the most possible, which is why we are trying to do the pitch down and see with the sliders and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But ideally, we still want something that works, right? We don't want like you're saying, something that kind of sounds shitty at the end of the day. Are there any huge dungeons in the game? I don't think so, right? Because it's design-wise, it's kind of difficult. I'm tempted
to say define huge because this is always a question of point of view. Something that will you spend 4, 5, 6 hours crawling into, probably not. But there are big places with many things to do, and
you'll see, for example, the town, the city, the first city you get into. It's a big upgrade from the one that we have, Kara Kiflin, in Solasta 1. Solasta 1, we were at our first game, and a lot of people were saying, hey, it's big, but it kind of feels empty, right? There's 2 merchants there, and a lot of empty space, and 2 merchants there. And it's we had to do with what we could do at the time. And I can tell you, the new city, we've walked into it, and it looks much, much more lively and much better. So you'll get to see that immediately. Any fan-made mods you took inspiration from? I think I can answer this one. Not really. So the reason for that is not that the mods aren't good. The mods are fantastic in Solasta 1. The Unfinished Business mod just adds so many new subclasses. It adds multi-classing. It adds level 20 cap. So there's so much stuff going on. But the reason why we're not taking inspiration from mods is because we already have billions of ideas. The problem is not the lack of ideas. The problem is lack of time and lack of budget, right?
Yes.
So we have our ideas, and we basically go and say, what do we take away from the pot because we don't have the time, right? So it's less about, it's just that we already have so much stuff we want to put in that we don't really have the time to look too much into the mods. Mods are useful for us to know at least some things that are popular. For example, Solasta 2, we added multi-classing. And one of the reasons is because we saw that in modding, a lot of people wanted multi-classing. So it's one of the first mod that came out, and a lot of people actually use this mod for multi-classing. So we were like, you know what? Makes sense. We already thought about multi-classing. We didn't really know how much time we should invest in it. But at least it's like, oh, okay, people want that because people playing with that mod. So that can be like one of the answers about what you asked for. Okay, I see a question. Will we have custom backgrounds with the possibility of choosing your own ability points? This is, I know it's like an optional rule that we don't have yet in the early access.
No, I don't think so.
But
no, we don't have yet.
That's one other thing that, by the way, because it's early access, you guys have the power to give us feedback. That's the important thing. So, for example, if there's something you really feel about in early access, that is an example. Let's say that you're saying we really need custom backgrounds. I want to put +2 in strength, +1 in intelligence, and not have to pick that one background that allows me to have strength and intelligence. Let us know, and the more we hear stuff, and the more we're like, okay, you know what, makes sense. Which classic game are you inspired from? Baldur's Gate, Neverwinter Nights, Else?
Wow, we have
there's
always
a lot,
the
right?
same. I mean, our boss always speaks about the gold box, you know, the very, very old games. So the inspiration is mostly to feel like you're playing D&D with your friends. So every game that gives you this feeling is an inspiration.
Yeah. For example, we've been playing Temple of Elemental Evil on stream. I'm pretty sure like one of my first D&D game was Icewind Dale 2 that I loved as well, which is also like custom party and just going around and doing stuff. Of course, Xavier, you've played the Baldur's Gate, I guess.
The first Baldur's Gate for me is unforgettable, obviously.
Yeah. Funnily enough, I didn't stick to Baldur's Gate when I played it like a long time ago. I stick to the Icewind Dale. But Baldur's Gate was like, for me, it was, I don't know why it didn't stick. I was more of an Icewind Dale fan. But yeah, that's to show how much we have like vary in what we like to play as well. Like Mathieu swears by, like you said, the gold box and Pool of Radiance especially. So that's an interesting part. Will you have supported DLC for Solasta 2? Yes, we'll have supported DLC. Reminder, supported DLC is not a value DLC. You're not buying it to get anything interesting. It's only if you want to help us and spend a little bit more. It's like $10. Again, you don't have to buy it. You're not missing out if you don't buy it. Like, we're not like locking classes behind the supported DLC. It's just stuff that is cosmetic. It's like going to be items that make your feet shine or some stuff like that. Like, it's going to be just like bling bling. Okay, do we have other questions? How prominent is undead both narratively and mechanically in Solasta 2? That's true, because in Solasta 1 we had a lot of undead with like the Dark Castle area and all that.
Well, there was a themed location in Solasta 1. There is actually, I don't want to spoil too many things, but there is an important place for undead.
But I don't think I saw as many as in Solasta 1, right? We don't have that many skeletons and zombies as before.
No, but we like our classics, so we're probably gonna have.
We're gonna have some
more.
True. Like we're gonna have undead. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think there's gonna be as because in Solasta 1, one of the classic enemies we saw a lot in the early game was skeletons, zombies, right? But I think for Solasta 2, we have more humanoid enemy first, and also like more kind of like wildlife monsters.
Yes.
Because like we are in Neokos and there's not that many roaming undead. So we're not in Badlands. That's the thing, right? Yeah. Badlands, chaotic zone with like dead magic and stuff, like weird stuff going on. Here we are in Neokos, mana flows all over the place, a lot of life and a lot of dangerous life.
Yes.
Yeah. We've shown a bit of it in past streams, like with monsters. I think we showed the Basilisk, right? So Basilisk, for D&D players who've played against them, you know how dangerous those are. We've shown like the Sand Lion, which is kind of like this very mix between like lion and tigers, gigantic, just leaps on you, bites you in half, roars, because that's also what they do.
Yeah.
So a lot of stuff like that. How much weapon attack animation variety are you aiming for? I think it's not that much, right? Like at the moment, we're just happy having one animation with a weapon.
Yes, yeah, we have for now we have one per weapon, I think.
Weapon type. Like
Weapon
some weapons
type.
do share like the same animation.
But it's something we're keeping in mind.
Yeah.
There were some things that frustrated me in the first game, that you were not using the weapon the way it should be used.
Yeah.
We have a lot of fight about the dagger. It's supposed to be a piercing weapon, and you're not supposed to slash with a dagger. Technically, you're supposed to stab. So this kind of things are being...
I think it all depends on the time we have and the budget we have, right? Because like we also discussed some time ago about like alternate animation for critical hits and stuff like that. But it's like basically it's like cherry on the cake, right? It's like, oh, if ever, right?
Yes.
So ideally, of course, those things are things we want to do. That's the same discussion we had about like, you know, range, not range, but reach weapons, right? Like if we had more time for animation, reach weapon might be a thing. If not, for the moment, that's not a thing. Will multiplayer be a thing? Yes, of course. Right? Yeah.
Very much.
Very much. One of the things that we've seen is like Solasta 1 had a big uptick and like revival when Lost Valley came out because of the free multiplayer update. So a lot of people got the DLC, but also a lot of people back then only got the game. And it showed how much people were happy playing with friends because it's D&D and playing with friends is super important. So this time we started making the game with multiplayer in head. So it's easier for us to make things happen because like for Solasta 1 it was kind of tacked on top of it. Yeah. It was a sole player game and then we attacked on multiplayer and it was like, oh, it works! It's like, right? We're so happy that it did. But for Solasta 2, so we're not going to have it at launch of early access because there's already a lot of things we want to like, you know, push out, make sure that it's stable, it works because it's early access. So, you know, as usual, early access, the game is not done. So first of all, get the early access, and then during an update, I think one of the updates will introduce multiplayer, so that you can also during early access try out the multiplayer. Let us know if there's anything that is like completely broken that you would like us to, you know, basically improve or stuff like that. All right. Are we going to have the Sorax return? Xavier, do we want to spoil about that? Do we have Sorax?
I mean, I can't answer that.
We can't
Either
answer
way,
that.
it would be too much.
It would be too much. But if your question is, are we going to be spending 20 hours fighting Sorax again? No, that's for sure. Don't worry, you'll have a lot more monster variety. People are happy about the voice slider. See, like, we're so late because there's so many questions that, like, by the time we answer the questions, we're like, oh, okay. Will the crits work like in the first game, or will they just do double damage? It would be interesting if we could change the menu on how the crits work. So, right now we're doing roll as written, right?
Yes.
It's like we roll twice and you get the result. I know that some games, such as the Pathfinder games, allow you to use the alternate rules, such as, when you crit, you do max of 1 dice, and then you roll an additional dice. I know some tables do that, because it kind of feels bad when you roll a crit, and then your crit is like 1 and 1. Yes. Xavier knows about it, because Xavier is a king of poor rolls when he plays the D&D. We basically joke around it all the time because he plays rogue all the time, and his rogue always failed his stealth check.
It's not really. People remember that because it's funny, but sometimes I hit.
Yeah, sometimes he hits. Yeah, true. But it kind of feels bad, right? And I can understand. Like you're like, oh yes, I crit, and then you're like 1 and 2. It's like, well, great. So yeah. Already love the painting. Okay, so do we have like a lot of people who love the painting?
Yeah, this one is different.
This one is different.
As I told you, is...
Oh, wait, what is this noise? I'm calling out our IT guy support. So, Christopher, if you can hear me, I think we're having noises and beeps from the camera.
Sounds like a battery issue or something.
I don't know if the GoPro is like almost done, but hopefully it can still stay alive a few more minutes because we would not want to switch GoPros between when the drawing is still being done anyway. Yeah. So thankfully, we still have a few people here in the studio who are helping us and looking over us, because Yeah, we as you can see, the setup is kind of like grassroots because we don't have like we're not streaming that often. We don't have like super big streamer thing.
We can introduce our IT officer.
Yeah, IT officer is Christopher. He's newly added to the team recently. He is helping on a ton of things. Wait, don't take it out. Can you just check if there's still batteries? Because like again, we're still doing like the voice, the time lapse. Oh, the battery's dead. Okay, so we'll have like we'll switch the camera.
Say goodbye to the dwarf for a minute.
So normally those batteries supposed to last 2 hours, and now it's been 50 minutes and it's already dead. So we got spares, but that kind of sucks because like we wanted to do so this little camera that you're not seeing by the on screen is basically another camera that we tacked on with tape. I told you it's grassroots. Well, it's tacked on with tape, and it's supposed to be like recording so that we can do a time lapse afterwards of the drawings. Thank you very much. Do we have Christopher? Do we have a third camera just in case this one dies as well? Okay, cool. Oh, I see that Thierry is super talented. Yeah, well, Thierry is an art director, so he had like he done a lot of things to get up to this place, right?
He has a big ego, so don't be too nice.
Yeah, don't be too nice to it. After that, we got to like knock him down a few pegs. Yeah, all right. Can you say something about the maps? Okay, so world map. We are going to wait until next month, next community stream. We will be talking about the world map. So if you want to know more of the world map and if you want to see more of the world map, you will need to just wait a bit, because it will be a great stream.
It's gonna be worth it.
I see Icekey, who actually rated us with 67 viewers. So thank you very much, Icekey. I don't know what to say. It's like, so welcome to the stream. We're talking about Solasta 2 and having our art director draw some paintings that we're giving away. Will there be co-op? Yes, like we said about like multiplayer, but probably it's just because like by the time we answered, we had like this question already asked. Optional super dungeon, super boss. We did have some like
don't know about super dungeon. But
yeah, not super dungeon, but we do have like optional encounters, right?
But boss like encounters, yes.
We had in Solasta 1, I remember we had that fight with the two what's the name? The big worms that is Remoras. Yeah, we had like a special quest with two Remoras.
It was a DLC.
It was not a DLC. It was actually in the main game. It was in the main game. It was the lost
secondary quest.
Yeah, secondary quest. I think it was the one that we had from Kickstarter.
The legendary quest. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a.
You're right. We had the.
It's the one with the Coast character as well, right? Marin. With the sword and everything, he had like to go to like a lost temple or something, and there was like
Merton.
Merton, not Marin.
Co-Carnage's character.
Yeah. So we don't know yet if there will be, but because the world map, we said it's going to be hex traveling and it's going to be free traveling, you will be able to like stumble upon new locations. Okay. Oh, and by the way, I see like a lot of people saying, hey, by the way, I can voice for free. I know, like a lot of people are very nice. Like some voice actors even like said, hey, by the way, if you want my help. It's not a question of like us not wanting to have like free voices. It's also a question of like being fair. It's like, we do have some maybe like Easter eggs sometime, but like we don't want to just like basically pay half of the voice actors and have half of the voice actor work for free.
Yes.
That's just not okay. And also, I think even like in French law, there are some restrictions about that. Like even if we wanted to, I think we can't, right?
No, it's not possible.
Yeah, it's not possible. Like we would need to compensate you, which is a good thing. That allows us that allows the companies to avoid, that allows people to avoid getting like screwed over by companies. Is level cap 20 or did I understand it wrong? You understand it wrong. So level cap is 4 for early access and 10 for 1.0. Maybe like in Solasta 1 we'll be able to like push the the level cap higher in the future. Hopefully we can, but we cannot like promise that.
I think you spoke about the mods.
Yeah, or people are gonna mod that, right? Okay. Okay, so that was the mod. Okay. Everyone is like super happy about the dwarf, how it's getting.
Of course.
They love the dwarf. They love that dwarf. That's an awesome halfling drawing. I think you're lost, Zedicus. That's not the right place.
It's half done. Yeah.
How prominent? Okay, so we're gonna get that. Have you finished BG3 in honor mode? No, yeah.
It's too hard for me.
I've started a run in honor mode, but I think I'm almost Act 2, but I'm playing Hades 2 at the moment, so BG3 has been into my backlog now.
Like 500 hours, and that's.
Yeah, I already finished BG3 once in hard, I think, and not in honor mode because back then it was still kind of bugged. It was like release BG3, and now I'm waiting like basically when I have some time to keep on playing honor mode. Oh, I understand there's restriction between D&D using free license and stuff like that. Have you considered potential future games using stuff like Pathfinder 2? We already answered that quite a few times. One of the biggest issue with Pathfinder 2 is not the game itself, it's just we are not as familiar with Pathfinder 2 as we are with D&D 5, right? So if we wanted to have a game of the same level of quality, we would need to spend a lot of time to first play the game on tabletop, DM a campaign or two, and then get the feeling of it, because otherwise we feel like it wouldn't be very faithful, right? Will we have half elf or half orcs? Not at the moment, right?
No, but we heard that you guys love half elves and half orcs.
Yeah,
and we know it's a concern. So right now we don't have them.
We don't have them now, but it's not like a definite no. We have voted. We had like a survey in the past about half elves and half orcs. So and other races, by the way, and so we do know that half elves are still very popular. Half orcs a lot less. So we'll have to see. Okay.
Okay, this one is finished.
Okay, so we got another drawing finished from Thierry.
Yes.
This one is the dwarf. While he's putting the finishing touch, I will do the second giveaway for the drawing. So be ready. The link is going to be appearing soon in the chat. That one published. Copy. There we go. All right, the link is coming up. Oh shit, there's just so much text that I haven't seen. There you go. That one's the first one, and it's on Twitch, and then this one is going to be on YouTube. And there we go. So it should say drawing, Solasta 2 drawing giveaway number 2. Number 2. So you have 5 minutes. We'll be waiting until 7:04. So for us, 7:04. So like pretty much like 5-6 minutes.
There is plenty of gold on this one.
There's plenty of gold on this one. So who is that dwarf? Do we have a name? Do we know who that is? No, it's more of a dwarf.
Yes, that's why I say it's more something about D&D.
He looks a lot like the paladin concept art that we had of the dwarf, right?
You're right.
Yeah. So we had a paladin concept art of the dwarf, and he is a lot less visible because he has like full helmet.
Yeah.
But this one does look like a grizzled old dwarf from the Gold Clan. The good old sub races that are no longer a thing, or pretty much more rare than before.
Yeah.
So, anyone here remember the Shield Dwarves, the Gold Dwarves, and who else was there in Forgotten Realms? There were quite a lot of different races, right? I know there's the Deep Dwarf, but those are a little bit different. The Duergar. Yeah, the Duergar, but the Duergar are different, right?
Mm-hmm.
They were Shield Dwarf, Gold Dwarf. Pretty sure they were all the dwarves from 3.5 for Carl. The wrong game. Oh yeah, but I think Hill Dwarf was just Gold Dwarf, but in like I think it was just sorry, because like gold wars are specifically from Forgotten Realm. So yeah, Hill and Mountain are the equivalent of Shield and Gold in Forgotten Realm. World Wars. Okay, so there was Wild Wars. Will there be a Duergar in Solasta? No, because Duergar are not SRB.
Yeah.
So Gold or Hero in Forgotten Realm. Yeah. So there were equivalents. Have you already answered the question about grapple? No grapple. No grapple. Just like in Solasta 1, way too complex in animation.
Yes.
Can you imagine grappling every single creature? Like grappling a. You would have an animation where you grapple a lion, and then you have the animation where you grapple a harpy, and it's like. There's a reason why not even BG3 did it. There might be some monsters that grapple you. Like, you know, we had the... back then in Solasta 1, we had the Shemling Mount, who was able to, like, basically immobilize you and then eat you.
Shemling engulfs you, but... I mean, we can have a monster, like, keeping you, you know, like that.
Yeah.
Away from their body so that there is no too much contact. But it's still hell in terms of animation.
Yeah. I mean, it's easier for us to do monsters grappling you because we have just one set of animation, which is grappling a humanoid, versus you grappling all kind of creatures, and that would be kind of weird. Will we see morality alignment choice? Not really, right? We have done away with the alignments.
Yes, because we use them in a certain way that it would help you define your character flags, personality flags. And but it was not a real alignment. And in the end, you just your alignment is how you play. So
yeah, it's less about like, you know, quote evil, quote good. I'm selecting option good or option evil. It's more like, okay, what do I want to say, right? And depending on the context, you can, you know, draw the line between the dots yourself. Oh yeah, true. There were Arctic Wars and Wild Wars. Okay, so Arctic Wars. True. Do you have any real life campaigns you play? Yes.
Oh yeah, we do. Well, I'm actually starting in 2 weeks a new campaign based in Solasta with some colleagues and a special guest.
Yeah. So one of them is I think it's like a motion capture, like how
yeah, she's a motion capture performer and stunt woman, and
stunt woman
starting to be famous, so maybe someday.
True. So what happened there is Xavier was talking to the stunt woman because Xavier is also there on like basically on stage to say what kind of animation he would like and how they should look like and stuff like that. And it turns out that stunt woman never played like a tabletop RPG, right? So he like basically proposed to basically hold a first one shot of Cthulhu, right? So she came in and we played with like there were some colleagues with the stunt woman. It was very fun, and she basically was hooked. And now
she wants more of it.
Now she wants more.
Why not D&D? Let's go.
It's tabletop RPG when you have a good DM and good players. It's very addictive. So yeah, we got Xavier holding a campaign. I know that Mathieu, our CEO, also has a campaign that is going on with other colleagues. I had one that I stopped because of lack of time. So, but I might do some one shots for Blades in the Dark at some point as well. We had like one shots for Cthulhu. Yeah. So as you can see, like, you know, the studio, we have a lot of like games after hours. Depending on like, you know, who wants to do what. I think Karim, our programming director, is also considering trying out, what was the name? Daggerheart?
Yeah,
he got the book for Daggerheart. And was there another guy? I think he had told...
Make a lot of
Cthulhu. Yeah, Cthulhu is good as a one-shot. It's a fun thing. Okay, I am going to be closing the giveaway soon. I'm giving you 30 more seconds to actually put your name in the giveaway that's in the pinned link. And if it's not done, then you will be waiting for another giveaway. We'll soon be giving away the second key, by the way, when Thierry is going to start drawing his third drawing. So that's, yeah. Okay. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I'm closing. I see a last answer sneaking in.
Ignition.
Save. So yes, we got from 144 to 146 when I last counted the 2 seconds. So that last person, very lucky to get in. All right, so 146, and let's see, it is number 90 that gets taken. So number 90 is going to be number 90. So it's going to be line 91 because we always start at line 2. It is going to be Jérôme Knox. Jérôme Knox, are you in the chat? Jérôme Knox? Where is Jérôme? Where is Jérôme? Jérôme, oh yeah, here he is, yes. I see a merci, oui, oui, he's a good French. He's like us. Nepotism, French, get French win. All right, Jérôme. So Jérôme, I have your email, so I will be contacting you tomorrow as well. So this one is for the second drawing. It is the dwarf that we will be putting a little bit on the table.
You can choose his name. It's yours.
Okay. All right, and Thierry will be starting his third drawing. We will be going on and chatting a bit, and then we'll be in the middle of the third drawing, giving away the second key, the second Steam key. Okay, we got Jérôme, that's good, and there we go. All right, il a eu le nom sniff. Yes, the dwarf is a good prize, right? The dwarf looks very good. Well, at least for Jérôme, it's going to be simple for us to send the prize because he's in France. So La Poste should not lose this one, hopefully. Because we sometimes get like bad news from La Poste, but normally it's like followed. Will there be a Steam badge to craft and items in the point shop for Solasta 2? Not in early access, that's for sure. We might consider that when we have time, because usually if we do that, it means... Well, to be fair, compared to Solasta 1, we have a marketing artist now who is called Ines, and she is currently in vacation, so she's taking some well-deserved time off. But this is something, for example, that we did not have in Solasta 1, so it made doing stuff like Steam cards and Steam backgrounds and stuff like that much harder because we would need to go and ask the artist team who is supposed to be working on content for the game, right? But
it's pretty difficult.
Yeah, it's not difficult, right? It's just
it's
time consuming, right? It's time consuming, and when they can, like, basically you can ask yourself, would I rather have Thierry working on a new concept art for a new class or subclass, or would I rather have him do like 3 cards for Steam? And I'm like, of course we want a new subclass, right? We don't want a card for Steam. But now we have Ines, who is able to help us on anything that is like supporting around the game, like art for the website, art for Steam, and all that kind of thing. So this is something that now we are able to probably have at 1.0. Sorry for spamming the question. I don't have any. I don't know if you responded. Do you plan extra campaigns like DLCs? It's hard to say because like we want to finish the game first, right?
Yes. But we love that, obviously.
Yeah.
If the game works well, we would be super happy to do more content.
Yeah. Just like in Solasta 1, the thing is we don't plan ahead for more DLCs. The thing we said all the time is that when we are launching an early access game, our focus is to give you a complete game at 1.0 as much as we can, right?
Yeah.
So you know Solasta 1 released with 6 classes, a 7th that got free, like the sorcerer got added immediately after as post-launch and was free. But even then, a lot of people were like, oh, but why do I have to pay for the druid or the barbarian, because they're like classic D&D classes. It wasn't because we wanted to plan for those classes to be separated. It's because we didn't have the money to get all the classes in. So imagine us now if we said for Solasta 2, yes, we're planning for more campaign. It's like, yeah, well, first finish the first campaign, right? Like first finish the game first. So that's the thing. Like, if we can, yes, but we're not planning it for now. Will dialogue checks use this highest skill of our choice? The highest skill bonus. I think what the question is something that we already mentioned and past streams is Solasta 1 used to have everyone giving an answer, even if that means that the person giving a certain answer to a skill check wasn't the best one, right? Because like we wanted, if one guy had all the charisma and we had like 3 different checks, the 2 other checks, like he would get 1 check and the other ones would go to like random people. In Solasta 2, we decided that we were going to change that, right?
Well, we wanted to change that. Right now, it's a lot of setting that's not completely done. But as you know, if you have one character with all the charisma and you have 3 choices linked to charisma, that character should be the one who says any line. So this is how it works right now. You can have one character with 3 lines to say and the others cannot because they're not good enough. But we are going to try to use more modifiers to that. For instance, if you're the right class, you get a bonus, and that will counterbalance this stacking on the charisma.
Yeah.
But it's something that still needs balancing. So we have technically the flexibility to do better, but right now I can tell you it's not finished.
Yeah. And that's also the case, well, when early access comes out, if you find moments where like, oh, why is my fighter entering that instead of my paladin who has like +8 in charisma or something, let us know. Because oftentimes it's not because we want to screw you over, it's just because, oh, that one line was not set up properly. So we can just go and fix it. Can you fight wolves? No, we don't have wolves in Solasta 2.
Fight wolves?
You have enough wolves in Solasta 1.
Yeah, we're trying to change a little. We have some classics, but right now there are no.
Yes. No wolves. Can you hear that? No tutorial wolves.
No, we really want the wildlife to be different.
Yeah.
So the equivalent of wolves on Neokos are these huge
sand lions?
lions.
Okay, well, no, sand lions are still a step above the
but they're all big animals.
Yes, they are. They're very big ones. Any console release? Yes, so we are planning to do console this time. The ideal, and again, it's an ideal, would be at 1.0 launch. We launched PC and consoles, but again, that much depends on if we can, right? Is there a focus on fewer, stronger monsters and more weaker monsters? Not really. We have like a good spread, right? That's what we're trying to do.
We're trying to have a good spread. Yeah, not really trying to focus on few big enemies, rather on the opposite.
Can we have an option to remove helmets when we wear gear that has helmet in-game? Like an option to toggle off?
I think we can do that, but I'm not sure it's still doable by the player right now.
It will be possible for the...
But we know that it's
the 1.0?
It's a must-have. Yeah.
Okay. Can we have character death and recreation, like experience close to tabletop? No, right? Because we said like the scenario was around a party of 4 adoptive children that is a family. Yeah. So you can't have one die and have Bob that has nothing to do with the family just coming around and be like, hey, I'm Bob, I'm going to be replacing that guy who just died, right?
Yes,
so
it's a choice we made.
Yeah. In Solasta 1, we decided not to do it because it was like basically breaking the game at some point, but narratively it was still kind of like okay-ish understandable if we wanted to do that. We decided not to do it because it creates
you forget that your new guy doesn't know anything about the others.
Yeah, it's very strange, narratively speaking. Yeah. So, yeah. The reason there's no wolves in Solasta 2 is because I killed them. Okay, alright. The wolves are wiped out from Solasta 1 or extinct. No, they're still in Ferndra. It's like we're in Neokos. No wolves in Neokos.
Yeah.
Right? Or they're hiding from the big monsters.
From this guy.
No goblins either, as far as I know. We have kobolds, but we don't have goblins in Solasta 2. How has the team expanded for Solasta 1 to Solasta 2? I think we went from 20-something to 35, right? 23, 24?
The team grew during the production of Solasta.
True.
Fair.
Because we had like a long time making DLCs, and during that time, we kind of like increased the number of people to prepare for Solasta 2.
We ended around 20 to 25, something like that.
Yeah, Solasta 1, we were, like, when we finished the 1.0, we were barely 20. And then 20 to 25, like you said. And then over the year, we've gone up to 35 internal. We still have, like, partners and stuff like that. Switch 2, hopefully? Let's see. I mean, that's still far away, right?
Yeah.
It's... I mean, the reason why I'm saying that is because like we have very little information on Switch 2, so it's not as established as Xbox or like PS5. PS5, Xbox, we've already done Solasta 1 on them, so we know a lot more about it. Switch 2, it's like a very new place to like discover. Every time a wolf showed up in my game, my actual real dogs went nuts. Okay? What the hell?
Insane.
Cousins! Yay! Will we see some things for Solasta 2 during the Game Awards? I don't know. I wouldn't be able to tell you. I have no clue. Will the game reveal the motivation and story of Shadwin? That's kind of the campaign, right? So
yeah, yes.
So it's tied to the campaign. We can't really show anything about that. Solasta 2 revolves around family a lot. Yes, you bet.
Yes.
Will there be a collector edition? If you mean physical edition, I don't think so. It's yes, of course we would love to do that. And actually, maybe for 1.0, we that door is not closed.
It's a wish.
It's a wish, basically. It's a wish. It's something we would love to do, but it's first it's complicated because like you have a lot of different things that you need to make sure that happens and all that kind of thing. So he's drawing a Cyclus. Yes, he's drawing a Cyclus again. Another Cyclus, this one. Can you enable the logs and journal menu like in Solasta 1? Can you recheck conversation later? I think we can, right?
We don't have a journal that collects all the dialogues you have.
Okay. So not yet, at least.
No.
Okay. How will modding be for Solasta 2? So modding is very simple for us. It means we are not preventing modding, but we cannot spend time at the moment to make tools for the purpose of the modders. If we have time, the next thing we're going to look at, you all know very well, is the Dungeon Maker. That's if we have time. We do the campaign first, we do our game first, and then with the time that we have, it's like, what do we look at? And one of the things we know that people are very, very, asking about is going to be the Dungeon Maker. Justice for Bob? No, Bob can Bob is not going to replace one of the family members. Sorry, Bob.
I think that's a good nickname for Robot Sharp, the character from Solasta 1.
Robot Sharp. Considering the general type of creatures in the game, will the Druid's wild shape option be a new selection? At the moment, let's be honest, we don't have the Druid yet.
No.
But we wouldn't create creatures from Solasta 1 just for the sake of Druid. It's not because the Druid could morph into a wolf in Solasta 1 that he will necessarily morph into a wolf in Solasta 2. Maybe he's going to be morphing into sand lions and stuff like that, right?
Yes, it would be more logical. Well, we know it's going to be a headache.
Will we have slads in Solasta 2? No. Slads...
Specifically slads?
Slads, specifically, no.
Okay.
Slads are very specific because they have like a lore that's going around. They're also very, very dangerous. So, I mean, not in the main game at least. How many quests will be in the game? I don't know. That's like a very, very up in the air question. I think the goal for the length is around 40 to 50 hours, right? In Solasta.
That we would like to reach that, yes.
Yeah.
But the number of quests doesn't mean much because there are small ones and big ones.
Yeah. So if the story is about family, do we still have freedom with character creation? Yes, because it's an adoptive family. So you can have, basically you're basically 4 orphans. You can have dwarves next to elves next to humans. Wish you great success. Oh, that's nice. Would love to have some physical edition with some artworks, dice, something. Yes, that's something we would love to do as well.
If we sell millions and millions, probably.
If we sell millions, yes. If we sell millions. You hear that first. Yes. The party has a very long distance from the runner. When you click and a point further away, can you make them run closer? I think that's not intended. There shouldn't be like that far from the main character, the main party leader.
Well, it's more practical if they have some distance that they can collide all the time.
Yeah, no, I mean like a bit of distance, it's intended, but like I think the guy's saying like it's super far, which is not like very long distance. That doesn't seem like just avoiding collision, right? So, Solasta 1, there was no way to choose when to take a special action, like the restricted use of haste in order of preference with that change. Not necessarily. For example, we had people asking, hey, why can I use the secondary attack from my offhand when I didn't do my main hand attack yet and stuff like that, when it's supposedly like main hand first and then you can... The reason for that is because it simplifies the flow. If we overly complicated the UI, the combat UI, it makes it very tedious for players who are not looking for that very specific, oh, I want to do that one action before the other. And very often, it doesn't really matter that much.
But I have an anecdote about that because recently, like 2 weeks ago, Mathieu asked me about how to implement the dual fighting.
Yeah.
And the fact that I told him, well, I should be able to use my offhand first.
Yeah.
To do these new, weapon mastery effects.
Yeah.
So he did something specifically for that situation, so that you will be able to choose which hand you can use first.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure it's gonna be for every situation, such as haste effects and all that stuff.
Are feats going to be aligned with 2024 PHB, or will we see creativity like in Solasta 1? So feats, not part of the SRD, as you remember. So feats were mostly all going to be homebrewing. It's going to be adjusted for 2024, meaning that most of the feats will have like +1 of a stats and some power on the things. There will be like origin feats for the feats at level 1, level 4 feats, general feats. So hopefully the feats that you'll have in game will be interesting, because like that's the goal, right? It's like we want the feats to actually change the way you play. Did we get an answer on the Steam Deck? The Steam Deck is something we want to aim for. We want to aim for like Steam Deck verified. I'm not sure it's going to work during early access. Hopefully it works. It might not be optimized during early access, but as far as I know, last we checked, it works, right? You can play on Steam Deck right now. Clicking the spacebar makes you end your turn, but in Solasta 1, it used to speed up the turn. So can we change the option, or can you change the hotkey, or at least make us like be able to rebind the key? The rebinding key is not going to be in early access. I think that's probably not the case, but it's something that we did note. So we are probably going to look at that to see if there's a way to like not have Solasta 1 player to skip turn all the time.
But we know in the end you need to provide key rebinding.
Yeah,
expected.
How big and open is the world? Can we tackle quests in any order? No, we cannot tackle quests in any order. There's quest lines, like one after another, depending on the factions. So you cannot like skip around those ones. But the world is fairly open. There's a couple of bottlenecks, right? So that we don't like completely screw with the story.
Yeah, at the beginning is a bit linear, but then when you get to the open world in a way, which means you can really choose where to go by yourself, you can do pretty much everything you want. Especially, I mean, it's not done yet, but what I want is that if you want to go where it's too dangerous, you can do that, and you're gonna have to live with the consequences, and you can discover quests that way.
So technically speaking, not in early access, because early access is going to block us to a certain area of the map.
Yeah.
But in the full game, would we be able to just go to the south and just like completely get murdered immediately? Or there's like still some choke points?
I mean, no. I mean, if you're gonna have to clear some fog of war kind of stuff. So if you can get to a dangerous region and you can clear, you should be able to go very far. But at some point, you will die because it's gonna be impossible to fight the monsters that are way too powerful for you.
Oh, well, that's a challenge because some of our players are completely nuts when it comes to optimizing. We've had, like, I remember we had people who managed to beat the in Lost Valley, they went back at level like 1 or 2, and they managed to beat the Redeemers.
Yeah, I know.
It was like crazy. We saw that one. Was like, wow, what the hell? How did they do that? But it turns out, challenge accepted. A lot of people, when they hear that, they're like, that sounds like something I'll do.
I know. I'd love to see the results.
Yeah. The drawing must be a kobold. No, that is a Cyclus. Sorry, that's not a kobold. Okay, what's been the most complicated part of game development for Solasta 2 compared to Solasta 1?
I think we can sum it up to adapting to a new engine.
Yeah, Unreal Engine 5.
And it is a punishing development style, because when something breaks, it crashes your Unreal editor, and when we were working on Unity, it just stopped working, and you can look at what was locked in the code, but Unreal crashes all the time. You can't make a mistake, so it's quite painful, and we all had to learn this new tech, because pretty much anyone at the time, we hired new people who had that experience, but at the time we didn't have it, and it was a lot of pain.
Okay, I'm going to be giving away the second key, the second Steam key, while Wattier is finishing the Cyclus. So the key giveaway number 2 is going to be happening. There we go. I'm copying the links now. I am taking down the old. Oh, well, actually, it's already down. Yeah, I feel like okay, the old one is on pinned. So get ready. Pinned for the first one on Twitch, and then I am putting up this one on YouTube. There we go. It should say Solasta 2 Steam Giveaway Key, Solasta 2 Steam Key Giveaway 2. And there we go. You will have 5 minutes again, so at 32, around 32, I will be closing this this poll again. There we go. Lurker raid?
Who wants to name their kid after Solasta?
Oh,
that's a terrible joke. No.
Please do not.
It's not a bad name.
Please do not name your kid Solasta. Please. Let's see. Okay, let's take a look at some of the YouTube questions, because YouTube hasn't we've looked at a lot of Twitch questions. So, will there be scavengers or replacement in Solasta 2? Yes.
Yes, of course, we love that system. So yeah.
Yeah, we will have you have a new faction doing that, so that you don't have to move around with 50 different short swords and leather armor that you looted from the bandits you just killed. What's the release date for Solasta 2? We're not going to announce that. Will we be able to speed up enemy turns? I think not during early access, but later on we want to add this.
Yes, it's complicated.
Yeah, it is.
But we know it's going to be useful. Yeah.
One thing to note is that Solasta 2 already has snappier combat. We've cut down on a lot of small stuff, so that it's less slow and it feels less slow. For example, Solasta 1, when you cast a spell, you click, and then you click on the target, and then you do the whole schmoozing and moving and casting and throwing the thing. Whereas in Solasta 2, it's more like BG3, where when you're clicking on the spell to select the target, your character already does the precast, and then when you click on the enemy, the spell goes. So you don't have to wait for the whole moving my arms in the air again and all that kind of thing. Will casters still say Clippe after casting Shield?
Yeah, it should.
It should.
We didn't change the magic incantations are the same.
Yeah, the magic incantations still work the same, as in there's prefix depending on what type of magic it is, if it's arcane magic or divine magic or blah blah blah. And then there's the school of magic, right? And then there's the basically what type of thing it does. If it's damage, it's going to be Malmus, yes. And Cure is for healing. Clippe is for defensive stuff, I think. And there's a lot of things, right? Boom, 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 boom.
Okay, the third one is finished.
The third one is finished. Oh, but the giveaway is not done yet, so we're gonna have to wait a little bit.
Okay.
And I think after that we're gonna do the third giveaway for the drawing, and we're gonna do a last drawing. I think drawing number 4.
I think.
And-
They love the dwarf, so maybe another one.
Do you want to maybe do another race like an elf or no?
Yes, you're right. No,
Yeah.
it's gonna be good.
Because we'll in the early access we have elves, we have dwarves, we have halflings, and we have humans.
Humans.
But a human would be a little bit sad, right? So
Yes, enough can be good.
you don't want to do a little halfling? No? An elf would be better.
Like humans, so.
Yeah, it's not like humans.
No, it's a small human. It's really, really small.
Okay. All right. So I said how much did I say? How many answers do we have? Okay, so for the Steam Key, I'm going to close it in 1 minute. We already have 181 people who signed up, so that's already quite a lot of people. Oh, someone's asking, do we do a Shadowing sketch?
Next time.
Next time. Okay, next time. No, we're not gonna draw a goblin. We don't have goblins Solasta 2, so that wouldn't be fair. Shadwin, no. All my characters are bearded. I don't want to make him beardless. I don't want to make him beardless elf. Well, I mean, some people like elves, right? So come on. How about the Sphinx? We don't have Sphinx in the game, so no Sphinx. No goblins. No goblins. Sorry.
I'm liking ideas, that's for sure.
Yeah, someone wants a kobold. It's true that our kobolds are kind of cute, but it's not a playable.
I like a tiefling.
Tiefling is not playable yet. So you're just adding fire to the stove right now. Oh, my cat name was Ravnica. Solasta would be a great name for a sister. True. For a pet name, Solasta would be nice. For a human name, I don't know. But some people are saying it's a nice girl name. Maybe.
Well, if you're not thinking about a video game, I guess it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's yeah. We're like you're not calling your kid Baldur's Gate, so that's okay. that would be a little too much. No tiefling, not for early access. Not for early access. Lusty Dragonborn Maid. We see you, Elder Scrolls fan.
Cat Paladin. That's very cool.
Cat Paladin, yes. How about taming animals? Not planned. Can you draw a shambling on? No, guys, we're gonna draw a character. We're not gonna draw a monster. Or maybe we are. I don't know. Do you want to draw a monster?
Elf can be good.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna do elf. Okay, I am closing the giveaway for the key, and then I'm gonna start the giveaway for the drawing. So key giveaway is over. Closed. There's a total of 188 of you who actually signed up. And the winner is number 167. So line 168. Let us see who won. Empty sheet. There we go. I said 168. 168 is going to be Patrick Kong 5. Patrick Kong 5, are you here in the chat? It is time for you to say something. Patrick Kong 5, it is you, and I see you in the chat. Alright, Patrick Kong 5, I see that you have given us your email, and we'll contact you by email tomorrow. I didn't even know Google Mail existed. I thought it was Gmail.
I'm coming. Let me feel six. Just for a sec.
Yep. Thierry's going to take a small break. Alright. And in the meantime, we are going to be giving away the third drawing. So, people, you might have missed the second key. There's still one key, and there's also one drawing. So, I am copying the link for the third drawing. It's Solasta 2 drawing dash giveaway 3. That's going to appear on your Twitch chat. So, it's going to be pinned. There we go. New link for Twitch and new link for YouTube as well. All right. You also have 5 minutes for this one. At 40, we are going to be stopping here. How long is the stream going to be? We're only going to do one more drawing. By the way, Xavier, do you have to leave at a certain time?
No, I don't have to.
Okay, because like we might run a little bit late because of the third drawing.
I'm fine.
Thierry, the third drawing you might need to be a little bit faster because like we're already at like 7:40. No, I mean like it's okay, but it's like if it's like
really fast.
Yeah, I know you can be fast. We are still waiting for a bit because like we just started the giveaway for the third drawing. Third drawing, people are starting to sign up. Here we go. Rushing an artist, yes, I know. No, but you don't know how fast this guy draws. Like when we were doing testing for the setup, we spent 5-10 minutes doodling, and he. Do we still have the drawing somewhere?
Yes, I think so. Wait.
I think it's like on one of the. Maybe it's like on Pierre's table.
We were rushing him all the time. Oh
Hear ye. Do we have a hear ye character?
We have one.
Okay, we already have one. Great. Here, can we show them to the camera?
Oh, you wanted a shadowing? Is that a shadowing?
No, that's not shadowing.
No.
So yeah, see, like these took him 5 minutes each, or not even like 2-3 minutes.
Yes, only 5 minutes.
Yeah, 5 minutes with a marker. So it's like he can be fast.
Okay.
The reason why he's painting today is to nerf his speed, because otherwise we would have to like send 12 drawings by mail, and that's on me afterwards. So there we go. Okay, I'm gonna give it 2 more minutes, and then I'm gonna close down the giveaway for the third drawing of a cyclist. Every drawing looks great. Yep, yeah, it is. It is looking great. Okay. Do we get the game with the drawing? No, there is separate contests for the Steam Key and for the drawing. This is going to be the giveaway for the third drawing, and then we'll have one giveaway for the third key and the final giveaway for the last drawing that Thierry is going to do, which is going to be an elf. Okay, yeah. We're also going to start running out of things to say, right? We're a little bit gassed out. It's the end of the day. Some of us spent 4 or 5 hours in the meeting room already.
Yeah, 5 hours.
That was a very, very meeting heavy day, right? That's just how it goes sometimes. Sometimes you want to work and then you just have to sit in the meeting to technically also work, but to like, get in agreement about what we want to do and how we're going to do it. By the way, while we're talking about that, you can still ask questions, because that's the best moment.
Yeah.
When we're gassed out, we don't even have a lot of things to say anymore. So the questions, we will see them. I can't remember, what game engine are you guys using? It's Unreal Engine 5. So we have people from Brazil, we have people from Asia, I guess, because like 4 a.m. for Davidius. Davidius, I hope you win one, right? Sorry if you don't, but someone will being here at 4 a.m. just salute to you. It feels like me when I have to like look at the content creators from the US streaming the game at launch, and I'm like, it's 3 a.m. and I'm watching people play Solasta. They're like, they're loving the game. I'm so happy.
Okay, Australia, Portugal.
Yeah, Portugal is like Australia. Oh, David is in Australia. We have quite a few players from Australia. I think one of the veteran players that we have that help us and like play testing the game is also from Australia. When going through abilities and of the bosses and enemies, when do you stop and say this is too strong? So the way it goes very often is I will make the bosses or the creatures a lot of powerful features, and then when we get playtests from game designers and we go like, this is completely insane, we go, yeah, that's true, and we nerf it, and then we say, that's still hard, and then we nerf it again.
It happens.
because like one of the example is in the onboarding area, right? The tutorial area. We nerfed the final fight of this area like 2 times already, 3 times.
Yeah.
Once because the monsters had like great axes, so they would do 1d12 plus their strength, and that means that you're level 1, right? So you basically either take 3 damage because it's 1, or you take 15 damage and instantly die. So it's like, okay, maybe not great axes, maybe we give them battle axes, and that's already good.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh, well, just like in the demo when they die, like it explodes and they deal so much damage, right? It's like, okay, they explode, they deal less damage.
But this fight, we just put the creatures we had, and they were not.
They were not balanced at first. It's basically like we designed the creatures for the full game, and then we put them in the tutorial because but then we had to adjust to make like tutorial specific monsters because they were really, really strong. Oh, people from the US here as well. Nice.
People from everywhere.
Yep. If you win, just pick it up from their office instead of getting it by mail. No, we'll send you by mail. Yeah, we would love to have people come in and take it, but the thing is we cannot accommodate for every visitors. We need to work, right? So I know a lot of people would love to visit the studio and talk to us. And honestly, we love to do that too, but it is time taken away from developing the game. Okay, so Thierry is going to do the third and final one with Pen.
Yes.
To give us a little bit of a faster experience. So I'm going to close the third giveaway about the Cyclist drawing. That is, where is it? It's under. Okay, it's under. Okay, it's under. So I'm closing it in 3, 2, 1, and it is closed. So we have a total of 113 people who participate in this one. And the winner is... Okay, random.org. 5. Okay, so line number 6. Let us see who is that. Line number 6 is going to be La Théorie du Chaos. So another French guy.
Oh my god, I saw this guy write something.
So La Théorie du Chaos, can you please be in the chat? Let us know in the chat who you are.
That's another book fan.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm putting it here. So where is La Théorie du Chaos? Did I see him?
Yeah, he was on Twitch.
Oh, he was on Twitch? Oh, yeah, he is immediately there. And he also have a cool September 2025 badge. So you are here, you're the winner, and I see that you have an email as well, so all good, we'll contact you tomorrow. All right. What is it, Thierry? You're putting
It takes this paper.
Oh, okay. So you're going to draw on the paper instead, not on this one. Okay. So we're starting over for the final drawing, for the fourth and final drawing. Fourth and final drawing has started. I think in 5 to 10 minutes I'm gonna give up the last key so that we don't have the rush at the end of 2 giveaways back to back. All right. So like I said, if you have any question that you have, it is now the time to ask us. Otherwise, I'm just gonna start rambling about fun tidbits of development, such as
what?
Such as what? What do we want to talk about, right? Voice recording, but that's a bit of secrets.
Yeah, I don't know. What's funny to say about game development?
I mean, for voice recording, for example, one thing that we can say is that compared to Solasta 1, we are also recording for the major actors the face, right? For better animation. That's something that's pretty great. We also have, as you have heard, Shadwin in the demo and in the trailer, it is Amelia Tyler. So we are also putting a little bit more effort on trying to find some key actors for the more important characters. So that's already quite a few things where we want to shore up a bit of the weakness we had in the past.
Yes, and I think the work with voice actors is something that it's not necessarily obvious for everyone. It's starting to be known that, but voice actors are not just voice producing machines. and you need to take care of them and give them time. And if you want them to be good, you need to invest them in your game so that they know their character, they know the game, and they like it as much as you do. And then they will be able to give you a much better performance, and they will be happy to come back. And so to do that, you need to give them more than the time they need to record. They need time to prepare, and they need to know that if they failed one line or something, they can say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I want to redo it." And if you're always rushing, you can never have a good result, even with the best actors. Yeah. So we invested a lot on taking this time, and also finding some great actors for sure. But it's good to have people saying, "Oh, thank you," because we had some actors who told me, "No one ever did this for me, presenting the whole game for 2 hours and your character and their story," and they really appreciate that. And I think they really give back.
Yeah, that's one thing that is kind of hard because like you have to remember that when you're making a game, it's all about juggling time and money to make the game actually happen while also being good, right? Because again, like we said, often you cannot rush greatness. The fact that you might say, but of course we have to brief the voice actors and give them time and stuff like that. Like it might seem obvious, but the truth is when you have a very limited budget, you might be like, we just don't have the time or the money to actually give those extra hours. And that's notably one of the things that you might be like, that might have been one of the factors in Solasta 1, right? Like it's not necessarily, I know that some people were like, "Oh, why are the voice actors that bad?" Like most of the time, it's not the fault of the voice actors because like they don't have the time. They have to do like a lot of voices, and then it's like, "Thank you, go, okay, good, it's done, session over." Right?
People do like NPCs, and they come back in the morning, and you tell them, "Okay, you're gonna be an orc, you're gonna be that, and let's go. You have 1 hour to do that much words," and they just, "Okay, let's do this." But
yeah, very little context.
Yeah,
like you basically say, "This is the scene. Go." Okay. So it is not that like it is very, very frustrating for us as well, right? Like don't get us wrong. When this kind of things happen, it's like Xavier is also hurting a lot because he is the one being like, "I wish I had more time." He's not having a blast having to do that. How in depth is the world building and the lore? How in your face will it be? Will the storytelling will be more environmental or more direct? That's a complicated one, right?
Well, it's both, but yeah, we're trying to be subtle. Sometimes you have to say things, but there's a lot to discover about Neokos, about the Cyclas, about Shadowing, about some other stuff that you will just maybe feel a bit confused or overwhelmed at first because there's a lot of things that are not explained right away. And it is a risk in a way because sometimes people would tell you, "I don't understand this," and I tend to tell them, "Wait and play the game and you will find the answers." But sometimes it's difficult to find the right balance between being mysterious and being confusing. But there's a lot to discover and a lot of depth to the lore of this game.
And there's also like even internally often like Xavier knows about it because I'm one of the jackasses that keeps on going to him and be like, "Why is this doing that? And why is that? Like I don't understand." And it's like, yeah, but like a lot of things isn't in the game yet. So sometimes he explains like, "Oh, because like that's what's happening," and you're like, "How am I supposed to know?" It's like you're not. Like the book isn't in here. Like there's supposed to be a lore document or something. It's like, okay, it makes sense now, right? So those kind of things they happen, and it's normal because like we're very worried about a lot of things. Like when the game is in development, we're always like, "Oh, is it good enough? Can we make it better? Like, is it understandably? It's like can I understand it enough or something like that?" And sometimes there was also like the developer bias where we're like, "Oh, but that is obvious," and then you have like players play it and it's like, "Wait, I don't have the context. I don't know." And sometimes it's like, "Oh crap, we forgot about that." It's obvious to us, right? So there's a fine balance with all that kind of thing. And Xavier is at the very end of it where like, and whenever we have like questions, he's the one who has to answer everything because he's the one who knows everything, right? So watching the sketch unfold in real time is amazing. Yeah, hopefully
it's still running.
Yeah, it's still running, so we will have like time lapses as well. Yeah. So some things I only caught when playing Solasta on this for a second or third time. Yeah, and to be fair, not everyone plays the same way. Too, right? Like some of us kind of like, oh, I'm gonna look at some of the cutscene, but then I'm gonna rush some of the secondary dialogues. And sometimes secondary quests gives you a lot of context on what's happening in the world.
Even the documents sometimes.
Yeah, and the document, right? Like some people religiously read all the lore when they get to it. I'm the one who just like pick up the document, open, close to like in case there's a achievement somewhere, and then I just move on, right? So it's like, of course, I'm not gonna have this context. All right, I am going to open the third and final giveaway for the key. So be ready. This is the final key giveaway for tonight, and then we'll have one more giveaway for the last drawing. That is not a painting. That is a.
No, it's painting.
Oh, it is a painting. Never mind. It is a painting. I'm smoking crack. It is both. So, third key giveaway. Let's go. I am putting it on Steam. On Twitch. We don't have a stream on Steam right now. Go, and there we go. You don't need to watch on Twitch or YouTube. You have the same luck. It's just you go on the Google form. It's not by who gets there first. Me pausing Hades 2 just to try to get a key. Well, I mean, like you have the same chance as anyone else, right? So why do you say the last one should be YouTube only? It's just that there's more people on Twitch than on YouTube, so there's more, statistically more chance that someone from Twitch wins it. But you guys are from the same list. We don't know if you're from YouTube or from Twitch. Okay, all right. Is Mon going to be a base class in 2? Not in early access, but we hope that it is going to be. Oh no! Oh no! The last drawing. Christopher, help!
I stopped.
There you go.
No, he's here.
Yeah, okay. He's watching the stream.
He is. He's doing extra hours to help us.
Man, it's supposed to be much longer.
Yeah, but the cameras are like, at least we know now that the cameras are like 1 hour, not like 2 hours.
What do we use for them? Okay.
Yeah, but like apparently the batteries have been like drained quite a lot apparently, so that's why like they're lasting much less than before. Big finger. Let's go.
Thank you.
That should be okay for the last. It's a beep 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 beep. All right. So by the way, reminder: the form right now that is pinned, the link that is pinned in the chat for both YouTube and Twitch is the link for the final key giveaway. So make sure that you sign up if you want a key. And in the meantime, Thierry is just continuing the painting. Okay. So rad. Yes, it is, right? Thierry is actually sometimes doing like gallery openings and stuff like that, like small exhibitions. Like we had one in a bar that's not too far from our office, so sometimes we go there, we drink.
Yes. In fact, there is an exhibition in Paris now.
Right now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So if you're in Paris, I think it's TT Art, right?
Yeah, City Art.
So yeah, if you want to Google that, you probably will see where the exhibition is. Yeah, Italian is not yet on the menu, by the way. I've seen someone asking. Close the form. Everyone watching has already entered. It's like, close the gates. Close the gates. So you guys are Français? Yes, we are French. We are in Paris right now. Okay.
We can speak with a very French accent.
Yes, we can speak French. Can you please add Italian? It's not up to me. It's not up to any of us, really. It depends on how much we have. and how much we think that Italian might do. The problem with Italian right now compared to like Spanish and Portuguese and French and German is that unfortunately when you look at the amount of Italian players compared to the others, it's not that high. Like you can look at, for example, Baldur's Gate and the different like split between the countries. And in Italy players, there's not that many. So it can be hard to justify that. I know it kind of sucks to say that, right? But it's not a never, because we might end up doing it. It's just that we cannot premise it. Will the story be linear? No, the story will not be linear because there will be free roaming. There's part of it that will be linear, like the introduction.
Yes.
But there will be like a few different ways it can go, if I remember right, and different endings.
Yeah, the main story is pretty much always going to be about the same thing, but there are a lot of things that you're going to decide if you want to do or not. It's going to change the way everything goes.
Okay, I'm going to close the key giveaway in 30 seconds. So last moment for you guys to enter. Well, there'll be a crafting system similar to the first game. We will add a crafting system, but it will be different.
Yes, it will be very different, but it's still the same idea that you can craft weapons and armors and consumables. But to be fair, we did that pretty too quickly in the first game, and we thought that more this time. It's more designed, and in terms of experience, it's going to be better.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit less tedious of like trying to find all the things and all the kind of things.
Yes.
So it will not be for early access, but you might in the early access you might find some like crafting items, crafting components, but you will not be able to craft yet.
Yes.
So don't worry about that. It's normal. All right. We are closing the key giveaway. There is a total of 178 people who answered save. And the winner is generate 73. So line 74. Line 74 is line 74 is Crash Lore. Crash Lord saying you gotta you gotta read the lore, brother. Don't tell me what to do. Okay, Crash Lord, can you actually answer on the chat?
Yep, I see him.
You see him? Where is it? Oh, here. Oh, that'd be me. Yes, that is you. So Crash Lord, I got your email. That's good. I will be contacting you tomorrow as well.
And the last one is ready.
And the last art is ready. So we're just gonna chain and do the last giveaway immediately because we are getting to the end of the actual stream. Normally we end at 8. It is now 57. So that's what we're gonna do immediately. We're gonna do the last drawing giveaway. Are you ready, everyone? I am copying the link right now. Copy. Pin in Twitch, pin, there we go, that's the link, and same for YouTube, it's a pin, there we go, it should say Solasta II Drawing Giveaway 4, you now have until 8, maybe 8-1, to submit your application. And Thierry has this final drawing nailed down. Do you know how popular Solasta is in Poland? I have no idea, to be fair. I don't know. Okay, the game was rigged from the start. I mean, you're almost 200 to participate in each giveaways, so that's normal that it's a bit of a lot of people. Oof, that's been a long day, right? A lot of talking, a lot of meetings, a lot of drawings.
I'm hungry now.
Yeah. Are you gonna go for a kebab?
Probably.
Let's see what's happening with
we usually call Xavier Master Kebabier because he loves kebabs.
The quest of kebab.
So whenever he's in the office, he takes away some people and they all go to get kebab.
Yeah, it's a cult.
It's a cult. It's a cult of the kebab. Ooh, there we go. Yeah, he's like carefully removing the tape. Will every damage be viable, or some would be worse than others? So you have to remember that we're mostly rule as written, right? So we're taking SRD monsters and stuff like that, and it is fair. It is like, you know, as you said. Truth is, a lot of monsters are resistant to poison. And that is not something we can really change, right? It's like if you're attacking like an undead, they have immunity to poison and stuff like this a lot of the time. And that's not something we can change. So yes, poison usually can be harder to be effective. But I'm not sure we have like a poison archetype. I know that we used to have one.
No, it's kind of the reason why.
Yeah. True. In Solasta 2 we have the Shadow
Dark Weaver.
Yeah, Dark Weaver. Yeah. No, Dark Weaver we don't have him. We have the
Solasta 1 you said.
No, in Solasta 2. What's the name of the caster rogue? Guys, what's the name of the caster subclass for
Shadow Caster?
Shadow Caster, yes. We have the Shadow Caster because Mathieu wanted like a caster for the rogue, and we have the Scavenger, which is like the specific one for Solasta 2. So we don't have the Dark Weaver. Dark Weaver in the Solasta 1 source book, by the way, had a power to basically bypass poison resistance, and which also downgraded poison immunity to poison resistance. And this was made because of the fact that many monsters were immune to poison, so it would invalidate the entire subclass. So we did that specifically for the tabletop version, so that the Dark Weaver, who had like a heavy poison theme in the tabletop version, would be able to actually still do something. It is not a part in of the Solasta 2 roster, so nothing on this one. Yeah, about a third of the monster in 2024 are resistant or immune. Yeah, that's the problem, right? Like fiends, undead, celestials, of monstrosities. Very often, it's like it doesn't make sense. Like constructs, how do you poison a golem? It doesn't work, right? Like so, stuff like this is kind of normal. Okay, all right. We are going to be closing. No, I don't think he's. Yeah, he's. I know he's not complaining, but he's making a fair point, right? It's like, oh well, how do we do anything with poison if like half of the enemies are immune to it, right? We're closing the giveaway. This last one, we see less people, so you might have more of a chance. It is now closed in 3, 2, 1. Closed. 107 response. So a little bit more chance to get the last one. Generating the result, it is 92, so that's line 93. I feel like someone who's doing like the enchère, right? Like 93 for the madam over there, 93 once, 93 twice.
Oh yeah,
It is sold. Yeah, oh yeah. And it is the DQS. So the DQS, I do not know if you're still in chat. Are you still in chat? The DQS. So THEDQS. Oh, that is you. Yeah, I see you.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
we got it.
We got him. So that is the end of today. We'll have in total of 7 winners, 4 drawings, and 3 keys. For the reminder, we're going to show again the different drawings. We have drawing number 1. Go. That's drawing number 1. Wait, let me just get the retour. So drawing number 1, this one is the Cyclus.
Second one was dwarf, no?
Drawing number 2 was the Dwarf. This one. Drawing number 3 was this other Cyclus. And the rowing number 4 is our elf. And I think that's it for us today. I hope you had a good stream. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed.
Yeah.
I hope we answered quite a few questions that you had. And can you see the keys? Yes, here's the key. No. That's good. All right, thank you guys. And we'll see you another time. Bye-bye.
Bye.